Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Guzzy and this is Chat with Guzzy. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, can you click on the subscription button and click on notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. On this particular video, we are going to be analyzing the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3 episode 6. Yes, we're going to be talking about all the fights and what I think about the fights. Yes, we have seen Sophia versus Diadem. We've seen Sophia versus Dabota. We have seen Carolyna versus Diadem. This episode was a lot. Yes, guys, this episode was a lot. And this trip, these girls did not do any bonding. Instead, what they did was scattering. Yes, they scattered everything. Like I said in my last video, I still stand by that fact that Dabota is fighting, shall I say, enemies that she has created for herself. Yes, because let's look at it. This whole her issue with Laura, I don't get it. Laura's sister offended you does not mean Laura herself offended you. Like, Laura has been sweet to you. You have been talking about how you want to show Laura grace, but you have done the exact opposite. Yes. Look at her event. One will argue that Laura was meant to call her yada yada yada, but let's look at it. The other ladies did not call her, she called them. Yes, she called them to know about their coming, to know how things were panning out. However, with Laura, she stated that she did not have a contact. You did not have a contact. How did you then invite her? The way you invited her, you could have also reached out to her through that way. Abby? Abby, you want Laura to come and now be treated the way or worse than Sophia was treated, because I don't understand. We'll get to that whole Sophia's treatment later. Yes, because for me, both parties get their own for body, but we'll get there. Now, Miriam had taken it upon herself to reach out to Laura, who had informed us that she was dressed, she had packed, she was ready for the trip. However, her son's school teacher had called her, telling her that her son is ill, he has been throwing up and all, and her children are her life, they are her priority, and she won't leave that for a trip. I agree. I would not leave my children for trip with people that are not even girl, we are not close that way at all. Well, moving from all that, Sophia had shaded the butter by bringing gifts for the ladies and sharing it in the whole bonfire. Yes, she shared it there, telling the butter that she did not get her measurements and that is why she does not have a dress for her. For me, that was Sophia's way of getting under Dabota's skin. Yes, Sophia felt offended with the room and has stated it over and over again that her room is shitty, and she just felt like this girl don't enter under my skin, make me self do my own. So for me, Sophia's act of sharing those clothes there, sharing the clothes there and then in the bonfire, was just as deliberate as Dabota making sure that Sophia got the room she got. Yes, it was just as deliberate. Both of them do themselves. Is one. And you guys know that Sophia did not want to admit what she had done later. Yes, she did not want to admit it. She was trying to make it seem like, no, it just came to her mind to share the gifts then, and she did that. And Caroline was like, you did it deliberately. Don't break that leg. You did it deliberately. And Miriam had supported. And at the end of the day, she had said, yes, she did it deliberately. And I'm like, own it with your full chest. The girl to do it she do you deliberately. Talking about that room, see, Sophia is going through a lot in that room. These are soft girls. These are ladies that have all the things that they want in life. Yes, these are ladies that can afford anything. So basically, when you want to treat them, you treat them well. Yes. I mean, look at her view now. Look at her view. And basically, you can literally see the trash. She was showing her friend Anita on the phone, and Anita had even spotted the trash. Like, it's not given. Then there were now bugs in the room. Her AC wasn't cooling. I mean, no, now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You don't bring people out of their comfort zone to throw them in a situation like that and act nonchalant about it. Yes, and feel like no, they are being entitled. We'll get to their face off much later. But let's talk about this scene between Miriam and Caroline. Now, Caroline had expressed how, I mean, she did not understand what was going on with Dadem because she had checked up on Dadem aside talking to the host, which was Dabota. She kept on talking to Dadem. She apologized to Dadem. She kept on sending pictures and all that of their arrival and all. And for her, if she has apologized to you, you're not even the host, she apologized to you, she kept tabs, she does not see why you will still be carrying face and acting cold towards her. Yes. And Miriam had spoken about how Dadem was just shouting on the phone when she was calling Dabota and all that. And she was like, who are you shouting at? And for her, she's like, no, Dadem needs to be called out. Yes, because I mean, they need to let her know that all that would not fly. I'm like, okay, Miriam, you're instigating something now, and at the end of the day, you will back down, and that did indeed happen. Well, we'll get to that. This whole thing, as they were talking while getting their massages done, I mean, Dabota had come in and they had brought it up, and they had said that they were going to talk to Dadem about it. And Dabota, in her confessionals, has stated that, I mean, Dadem is a human being too. Maybe she was tired and offended about waiting for you. Me, I understand that Dadem, because I mean, waiting for you for 3 hours, kilo day, is my time not precious to me that I will sit down under the hot sun waiting for you for 3 hours? I beg. For me, Dadem has every right to be angry. However, this whole passive aggressive thing that they are doing does not make sense. Yes, I'm angry, I'm angry. You offended me, you offended me. Let's try and move past that. Not be all this you carry face, the other one go do I not carry face. Why are you people beating around the bush? And oh, does not make sense. Yes, but we'll get to all that trashing later. Now, we had seen that Miriam and Caroline had actually gone to have a conversation with Sophia. Now, Sophia was not in her room. Sophia was at the pool area, and basically she and Miriam had twinned again with the glasses and all that. And guys, see, I forgot to tell you something. You know that first scene at the bonfire? Let me tell you the whole Dadem's issue with Sophia. Now, Miriam had shaded Sophia. Yes, apparently that whole talk of watching porn and all had come up again. But this time around, it was with that whole game card thing. And I mean, Dadem had picked a card where it read that who doesn't or who has a vibrator, something relating to that. And I mean, the ladies were laughing, talking about how everybody is required to take a shot because I mean, they all have. And Sophia had stated that no, she does not have a vibrator, she does not masturbate. So that whole talk had come up again about porn and the rest. And she has stated it that, I mean, she read it somewhere that it's bad, it affects the brain. You get talking. And Miriam had thrown a shade saying, maybe you want to tell me that you've never masturbated. And she said she had before and it was not good. Yes, she ended that side of her life. And Miriam had said, maybe you did it too much that it affected your brain. And to that, Sophia had responded, telling Miriam to read more. Yes, that was when she said that you should read more often. And basically, Sophia had thrown her own back straight. And that was when Dadem inserted herself in that conversation. And that's the whole shade throwing. And she was laughing and telling Sophia, I got you. I have your back. I'm right behind you. This guy continue. And that was when Sophia had given her a lie. Sophia had told her, I'm a one-man mopo. I don't need anybody having my back. And that had really pained that damn. She even said it that this won't enter me. Sophia, you go collect. Yes. So I knew that there is no love between these two ladies from here. But we'll get to all those their fights and the rest. Now, Sophia, while talking with Caroline and Miriam, had made them understand that her room is shitty. Yes, apart from the view. There were bugs in the room that she had to take out the raffia that was on the floor in the room because bugs were coming out of it. The AC wasn't functioning well. Basically, she did not have a nice rest. Yes, and Caroline had told her, okay, I'm responsible for you because I brought you here and all that. I'm responsible for you, so don't worry. You can come to my room and just basically rest. That was what Caroline told her, and she had agreed. Yes, because I mean, for her right now, staying in that room is torture. And she had agreed to all that. Now, the next scene was the whole gathering of the ladies for day two and for them to have fun. But these ladies ended up fighting all through. Yes, they ended up fighting. Now, what had happened? Remember that they wanted to call out Diadem. So basically, when the first person to arrive definitely was Dabota, and then Miriam had arrived early. Yes, unlike Miriam. And then Diadem had arrived, and then we saw Caroline. Now, as these ladies arrived, they had greeted each other and all. It was giving love and light, right? And that was when Dabota had brought up that conversation, saying that yes, she had noted that Caroline and Miriam wanted to talk to Diadem about what was disturbing them, and she had stated that okay, have they had the opportunity to do that? And they had stated that no, they had not had that opportunity. And that was when the conversation was had. Yes. And basically Caroline was talking about how Diola, yes, that's Diadem, was carrying her face. Yes, she was giving them cold shoulders and all, despite the fact that she reached out to her, she apologized to her and all. Now, for Diadem was saying that, I mean, she was not cold to them. And if she feels like, okay, she was cold to them at that point in time, why did they not just say it there and then? Yes, that for her, she had seen them that day. They did not say anything to her. All of a sudden, they went to gossip her behind. And I'm like, baby girl, calm down. Calm down. It's not that deep. But then again, let's look at it. You also talk about people. Mm. Mm. Voila, yeah. So, well, she was on the defensive, talking about how she wasn't squeezing her face or anything like that. Yes, and as she was talking, she was using her hand gestures a lot. Yes, while Caroline was sitting pretty without moving her hands. Yes. And at some point when she was like, wait, no. Caroline was like, no, you don't do that to me. You don't talk to me like that. You don't use your hands and be doing all this. And Dabota took an offense to that because for Dabota, am I a child? Why will you be telling me you are correcting me on top of how I'm talking? I've not insulted you. I've not done anything. And I'm like, huh. So last, all this fight is over what? Eh? Because two of them now were going at themselves, but you know this kind of thing of we are giving each other, but no insults thrown. That was the kind of thing. However, guys, we could tell that both ladies wasn't having it. In fact, Caroline was at some point upset because she expected Miriam to speak. Yes, it was a thing that they had discussed previously, and Miriam had spoken about how Deola was shouting on the phone, yada yada yada. But it came to this point and Miriam was mute. I say, Miriam set up the pace and watched you people do your thing. Miriam is an instigator. Yes, that's how I feel. Now, guys, while that whole thing was done, both ladies had finished fighting in a demure way. Mm. We had then seen Sophia coming to join them. And basically, that was when all hell had let loose. Yes, because Dabota had asked her, okay, how are you feeling now? How is your room? And all. And she had stated that, okay, they moved the raffia, which was bringing the bugs. That I mean, there were bugs in the room and all. She couldn't sleep properly. The AC wasn't cooling, but now it's cooling. Now all is kind of well. And Dabota was like, okay, that means no complaints, you are fine now. And she's like, no, I still hate my room. You get this guy. I still hate the room, I still hate her. There's nothing about it. Now this room that she has been complaining that she hates, apparently this room is even better than what Laura, if Laura had come, would have gotten. Yes, because at least she dey see dustbin as view from afar, and she's seeing the tropical field, yes, palm trees and the rest. Laura would have been seeing fence if care is not taken, because her room was downstairs and basically her room was by the side. So Laura's view would have even been worse. But let's leave all that. Well, this whole thing had gotten to Dabota because Dabota started talking about how Sophia is uncultured. I mean, Dabota insulted Sophia. Yes, telling her she's uncultured, telling her she's plus one. And I'm wondering, Dabota, how is Sophia plus one? Because let's look at it. You stated that you sat down and handpicked this lady's pictures. Yes, you sat down and did that. So you had time to do that for a plus one. Eh? It not just makes sense. Then also the gift baskets that you give to everyone, you made sure that you got for a plus one. Dabota. Also, the name tags that you made on the doors, you made sure that you got for that plus one. What are we saying now? What are we saying? Dabota should be real, I beg. Which one be a plus one? Me, I don't understand though. This whole talk of plus one. When did Dabota join the group here? Because the last I checked, both herself, Diadem, and Sophia are new to the crew. Yes, so nothing like plus one or no plus one. Sure? Ha! That side weak me, oh. And she was going on and on how Sophia is uncultured, how she's not responsible for Sophia. Yes, the person responsible for Sophia is the person that brought her here, which is Caroline. And Caroline had cleared the air saying, no, I'm not the hostess. Plus, what did they call him? Sophia is here like all of us. She has equal rights as all of us. So I don't understand how you would say that I'm responsible for her. And I agree, you are the host. You are responsible for your guests. And for me, I feel like the issue of plus one only comes when you don't know that that person is coming, when you don't know that that person is going to be there. Now, you were told before time that Sophia was introduced to the group. You were told. So all this, you're a plus one, you are not a plus one. I don't feel it at all. Yes. And I feel like if you want to treat these ladies, then you treat them well. Because for me, if this treatment that was visited on Sophia was visited on Dabota herself, she would not like it. Because I remember during Laura's event, she was talking about how she herself, she's a queen, she has top taste, her taste is blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. She went on and on. So imagine reverse was the case and Sophia was hosting and Sophia had done that, kept her where she kept her. I mean, you're the host, you have to take accountability and take responsibility. Yes. And that whole boat thing had come up again. And Sophia was like, I own the boat, baby girl. I don't do commercial. I'm like, hey, Baba. Oh. And when Caroline had spoken, talking about how Sophia is friends to all of them, Diadem had jumped in saying, no, she's not my friend. I reached out, I stretched a hand of friendship towards her, and she embarrassed me. She turned me down. And Sophia was like, how? What are you talking about? And she brought up that whole talk that I told you guys about earlier about her saying she's a one-man mopo and all that. Yes, she had brought that up. Apparently, that's in repaint at them. And it now looked like it was 2 against 1. Yes, Dadem was basically saying she's not my friend. She can face she's a one-man squad, she's a one-man mopo. Now she can't sabi. And at some point, Sophia has stated that she felt like she was ganged up against. Yes. She also said that she feels like if Dabota knew how expensive it would be to bring the ladies together, she wouldn't have done it. I mean, the lifestyle course, now you know, no. She sing the song. I say, Sophia de Chris. According to Sophia, she is the definition of soft life. I say, wahala for soft life and no soft life. Oh. Well, both ladies had gone at themselves and it was terrible. Yes, with insults and all. For me, I feel, and I still stand by it, that as the host, Dabota should have done better. Yes, that's all I have for you guys on this particular video. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. Let me know who you are supporting and what you feel about all this fight. I mean, Dabota versus Sophia, Sophia versus Diadem, Diadem versus Caroline, and then Miriam kind of being the instigator and just sitting through it. Yes, I love you all. Bye, guys.